It's not right. It's not right.
Steve Galante got a ticket for running a red light on Raymond Boulevard after he was caught by this red light camera. There's just one problem.
It's a green light.
I looked at the video, and Galante appears to be right. There's the light, and it's not red, it's green. Is there any way that a police officer could have looked at that video and decided that this ticket was legitimate?
No, it was clear as day.
But when he called the city, Galante says he was told the only way to fight the ticket was to come to court twice. So he gave up and just paid the $85.
It was going to take a day out of work, probably $20, $25 to park.
Newark's police director insists the ticket was justified.
The vehicle was over into the left turn lane with the blinker on, and then at the last second decided not to make the left turn but to veer back to the right and go straight through the intersection.
We took a closer look, and Galante's left wheels do appear to be slightly over the white line. But Newark police didn't ticket Galante for bad lane position. They say he ran a red light, and the light in the center lane, where the vast majority of Galante's car clearly is green.
To hear that, that's the first time I heard someone blatantly getting a ticket when a light was green.
Assemblyman Declan O'Scanlan says what happened to Galante is wrong.
That, again, helps to destroy the credibility of the whole program.
And this isn't the first time I've told you about problems with Newark's red light cameras. 2 years ago, I showed you how a bunch of drivers got ticketed for running this light. The video showed a traffic cop was actually waving them through. And this driver got a ticket while standing still. Someone else blew the light, not him. Drivers we talked to then felt trapped too. They knew they could fight the tickets, but only if they went to court.
I just laid the phone down and said to my wife, they win, just pay the ticket.
But that was all supposed to change.
What we need to do is probably set up a process that makes it easier for folks.
During my investigation 2 years ago, Newark's former police director, Gary McCarthy, promised his officers would start reviewing video when motorists called. He even suggested adding a checkbox to the violation notice so drivers could ask police to review the video and avoid that trip to court.
Perhaps it should be that simple. Check it off and say, please review.
But 2 years later, there's no checkbox on the violation notice, no way to avoid that court date except to pay. Why have these things not happened? At first, Newark's police director told me McCarthy's proposal was impossible.
Even if we were to look at this and the officer were to say, well, I guess it is kind of a judgment call, maybe it shouldn't have been issued, we don't have the ability to do that. Unfortunately, the person would still have to go to court.
Wait a minute. The drivers at that hockey game didn't go to court. Their tickets were magically dismissed after our investigation 2 years ago. If it's impossible, how did police pull that off?
If we notify the court that this summons was issued in error by us, and it's the same as a handwritten summons. If an officer issues a handwritten summons in error and then does an affidavit that the summons was issued in error, it goes to the courts and it avoids the appearance by the person.
And that's all drivers I talk to want, for police to review the video when they call, instead of just telling them to go to court. Assemblyman O'Scanlan agrees.
Under these systems, you're guilty until proven innocent.